Welcome back, everybody. It's Cree Rama from Junk Journal Divas. Hello, my friends. If you watch my channel, you know that I have been experimenting with making messy papers, different designs. I've been playing around with paint, distress sprays, and the spritz, the oxide spray. I've had, oh my goodness, you name it. I've been grabbing all my mediums and exploring. So I'm going to link my previous videos where I did these. These are the first ones that I did. And with these, I used aluminum tape and I embossed it. I just put it on cardstock. And then I used alcohol inks to color those, my covers. And some of the papers that I did with my oxide inks, and just using water, or like here I used some black, or actually I don't know what I used. This might be the walnut stain spritz. I don't even remember. I just was grabbing stuff and playing. And let me see, I think these are kind of the same. Oh yeah, I also used a stamp. So those were first. Then I did this one with these colors. I love these colors. I used some lunar paste around the edges. I tried various things and I really like the lunar paste because it dries really fast. So that was my favorite to work with. So I got this little guy. And then I did this one. I think I'm gonna have to keep this because I love polka dots, and this is some of my favorite paper, which is funny because I usually go for color, but just something about this grungy paper I love. Okay, and then kind of getting into the ones that are the newer ones. I'm just kind of going through showing you different colors that I've done. Let's see what this one, oh, this is more of those pages that I like, my favorite color. Okay, so this one is a little different. I used a stencil with some lunar paste. And you guys, I am going to put a bunch of these in my shop, but I will be back to do a flip through when I'm finished, because like this, for example, I feel like it needs something else. I want to add dangles to all of them. So just finishing touches that I want to add. And then this one, got the orange pages. So my idea, you know, if you want to use, you could put quotes on this, little memories. You could even do little collages or something on these. I did go and I put some of the distress glaze on these to kind of seal it, because a lot of these I did use the oxide inks. And so most of them have 8 pages. Some of them have more. Like this one has more. More of that color that I love. I also went around, I did various things on the page edges. Okay, so this one, I used some texture paste. This is what we're going to play around with in this video. I wanted to do some texture paste. I used some ink and sprays, just all kinds of stuff. I've just been playing, having some messy fun, and seeing what happens. So let me see the other, okay, here's another texture paste one. So you can see the texture paste here. We've got the orange and pink. And let me see this one. Look at those colors. We've got like pinks, purples. And this one, I should have more, well, I guess I don't, with the texture paste. Oh, this one has the texture paste here. I do this in the video. Okay, so I'm gonna do the papers. This is watercolor paper that I am playing with. So I'm gonna do the papers, and then I'm going to show the binding just one more time, kind of go through it if you haven't seen that yet. If you want to skip that part, I do have timestamps. I always put timestamps in my videos so you can skip and go to the last part where I am putting them together, like decorating and all the little final touches. These are so much fun. And when I do get finished with them, all the little details that I want to have them in my shop, I will definitely do a video and show the final results with all the little touches. So let's get started making some fun papers here. If you watched the other videos, I was explaining that I'm using this watercolor paper, so it's nice and thick, but it's from 5 and Below, so it's very cheap. And so for that reason, I am going over it with some gesso. And you guys, I always mention YANETTE's information is in my video description for all of these products that I'm using today. So please do check that out. I love to support my crafty friends. And I know that almost all of us use Tim Holtz products and Ranger products, right? The stencil is also from YANETTE. So I'm just picking out some that I want to use here and adding my texture paste. And there's no rhyme or reason here. I'm just kind of going all over the page doing little bits. Now these are going to be, for me at least, I'm going to be cutting them into my 3x3 pages. So I am trying to keep that in mind when I'm adding the texture paste. And then after this dries, I'm showing you a paper here. It's kind of hard to see because everything is white, but I'm gonna start just laying down a couple of layers of paint. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just kind of playing around here, going with the flow. So now that I've done it, just kind of looking back on it, I think it would be good to add, 2 different colors maybe, and then use a sponge to kind of dab the colors, blend them together. And then I'm using a baby wipe and I'm going over that area where I put the texture paste, kind of lift some of that color. And then I'm realizing that I like, the texture of the paper towel, the baby wipe. It's a little hard because you have to keep switching it around so that you're not using the dirty part to try to lift the paint. I'm just adding in a different color. I thought a spray would be really easy to use. And then I am kind of doing little, not completely drying it, but just drying it a little bit in between those layers so that they don't just smear together. And now I'm using, this is a Delusions paint, and I love these because they are shimmery. They've got like a mica in them. Now I did think of using a sponge, but I didn't have one around me. I did have this old paintbrush, and the bristles are just kind of crazy because I've used it for so many different things. So I thought I could use this to kind of poke down in between the texture paste. And then I'm doing the same thing, kind of wiping some of it off. And I started just using a paper towel to apply the paint, and I really liked that better, just kind of blending it all in. It's all just playing and exploring. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go. But oh my goodness, I've been having so much fun just playing with everything. Here I'm doing the same thing, adding a little bit of yellow. You can see I'm using the paper towel. So this yellow, I'm not sure what this color is, but this is the distress paint. And then this is also a distress paint, and I'm just applying this with a card so I can kind of scrape it over top of where that texture paste is. I like the way this is looking. So now moving on to another one. This is a paper that I did the same thing. I did the texture paste, added some layers of paint, and now I'm just putting another layer with my card so you can start to see the roses, the stencil that I used there. And then again, this is another Delusions paint that I'm using. Honestly, it's just, I was just grabbing stuff to use. So just grab some mediums that, you know, you kind of forget about, you haven't played with for a little while, get them out. I was more focused on just colors than anything else. So this is another one, another paper with the texture paste underneath, and you can see I'm starting off with sprays this time and just spreading it around and scraping it with my card. So I dried it a little bit, now I'm just splattering some water on. And I kind of realized that I really like when the water gets over the texture paste. So what I started to do here is I'm spraying those areas and then dabbing up the water, and it lifts the color. Okay, my friends, I've got one of my books done here. So I have everything lined up. Oops, I kind of want, let me see. I kind of want the pages to go this way. All right, so I'm gonna put this, everything's lined up here. And I thought I would go through in this video one more time just quickly how to do the Coptic stitch with these two holes. So my book is face up, and I'm going to put the holes away from me. All right, so it's going to be like that, and we are going to flip our pages over towards us one at a time. That's the method when we start sewing. Now I was going to use this metallic embroidery floss, but one thing I wanted to share is that waxed thread is a lot easier to do this. So if you use this kind of thread, you just kind of have to take your time in making sure that each time you pull through and do a stitch that it looks good. Another thing is you can kind of wax your thread. So this is just a candle. You can just take it, you can see the ridges in it, because I would use this and just run my thread along it. There's also this that I was sent by a Diva sister. You can see these little slits in the side, and there's a wax pellet thing in there. So you just kind of put your thread in like this and then pull it through. Okay, and even one time, it helps a lot. Okay, so I've done that. Next, I am going to take 2 needles. I'm going to thread needles on both ends. And I've got about 4 feet of thread here. And I'm going to actually, just so that I don't mess this up and lose my needle, I'm actually just going to tie this and I can cut it when I'm finished. Okay, so we've got our 2 needles, one on each side. I've got my book face up with the holes facing away from me. And I'm going to take the first page and I'm going to flip it this way so the holes are facing me. Now to start out the first 2 pages, you have to kind of link everything up so it's a little bit confusing. But then once we get going with the middle pages, it's a lot of repetition. Everything is the same and it gets a lot easier. So to start out, we're going to take our 2 needles, put them down through these holes and pull it. So that is simple enough. Now I even thought about taking a little piece of washi and putting right here, just to make sure it kind of keeps it even. So I'm going to do that. Just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so now I'm going to take the next page and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to flip it towards me. Okay, so now we have to link these 2 pages. So starting on one side, we're going to go down. We're going to be going down on all the pages until we get to the last page, the back cover. All right, so we're going to go down, and every time you stitch, come towards the middle of the pairings. So the pairings will be between the holes here, the loops. You want to continue to bring your needle between. So just kind of get used to that, pulling your needle towards the middle. Easy enough. So we just went through, let me lift this up, just went through that first page. Now we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go up through this cover. The covers are the only pages that you do different. So we're going to go up, up, and the needle is going to again go to the middle. And then you can pull this, make sure so you can kind of see why doing this is a good idea. It kind of keeps that sturdy there. Otherwise your threads are kind of moving around a bit. Okay, then we want to get this pulled tight. So that's what we just have right now. We've got these 2 pages linked. Then we're going to do it on the other side. So we're going to go down through this top page to the middle. And then instead of going down to cover, so we're going to go up and the needle to the middle. Okay, so we kind of looped around there, so you can see I'm just going to push my threads together so they're more lined up. Okay. These are tight. Let's go to this page. Yes, we're looking good. All right. Now it gets a little bit easier. We're going to take the next page and we're going to flip it. Again, we're going down towards the middle. And then we need to wrap it around to tie these together. So we're going to go down 1, 2 pages and take our needle and go into the middle, and it will wrap around this pairing. Okay, and on this side again, going towards the middle, then down 1, 2. We're going from the outside, always going towards the middle, and wrap around that pairing. Now for these, I want to be able to put some things on the pages. So I am pulling it so that it's tight, but I'm not like pulling super hard, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's tight, but I'm not like yanking it to really tighten it. Okay, so next page, I'm going to flip it over, going down towards the center. Then we want to go down 1, 2 pages underneath that second page towards the center and wrap around that pairing. Go down towards the center, down 1, 2 pages and go underneath towards the center and wrap around that pairing. And we're going to just keep doing that until we get to our last page. Okay, and then last page again, we're going to flip. Now, as I said, instead of going down, the covers are different. We are going to go up. But then we're still going to go down 1, 2, come up towards the middle, create that loop, count down 1, 2, and go around there. Alrighty. Now we're going to repeat the same thing. So we're going up, oops, and I have to redo my thread, came undone. All right, let me see, where did I leave off here? Okay, so I went up, I still have to go down 1, 2, and loop around. Okay, then I just want to make sure that these threads are good. So we're looking good here with our braid. Let's do the other one. We're gonna go up. We want to count down 1, 2 pages, come up through the middle. Do that again. We're going to go up. Down 1, 2 pages into the middle. Okay, so we're looking good. Then the last thing to do, we're just going to take our needles and come back to the center. And we're going to tie this off. And here is our book. So you can see that braided design here. On the spine. And I guess I can take this off now. And we've got our pages. They lay nice and flat so you can, you know, do collage or do whatever work you want to do on the pages. Super cute. Okay guys, so I've got a bunch of, I just chopped off some pieces from my embellishment packages that I have. I'm telling you guys, these are awesome to work with. Oops, they're sticking to me now. So I've got some pieces that I put on here, but I'm kind of auditioning certain pieces. Like, I love these guys. I've got some cool buttons and things too. I have some really pretty little clusters that came from one of my Diva sisters. That might look nice on there. These are, I don't want to go too thick though. You know, I could actually take one of these lace layers off of here. Since these are so little, I like that. My goodness, it's too much because I also grabbed these guys. Maybe I want to put an additional something on here. These are great. You can just cut off little bits. This is my sorry packs. And where's, oh, and then these, like, just examples of little things. You could just cut these little circles out. Let's see. Might do this little piece of lace here, kind of make that stand out a little bit more. With here, I think I'm just going to speed up the video and show just playing around with this stuff, because otherwise we could be here. This could be like a whole 2-hour video. Let me see, what does this look like? Now that looks much, much better. Makes that stand out a little bit. Maybe I'll do that with this also. If you like these videos, please do give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I'd love to know if you've tried any of these techniques, how your results were, and if you learned anything to share with us. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and stay tuned for some more crafty adventures.